Well, Arrow, 50% off sale. And let's just say,
I am never going to financially recover from this.
yeah, exactly. Let's talk about them. Hey, what's up, guys? So as you can probably see with the title of the video and the intro as well, Arrow having a 50% off sale. I'm not going to lie, I kind of went a little crazy with this sale. But again, I mean, it's Arrow. They have great 4K sales. They have good box sets. They have complete movie box sets. They have single releases. I mean, anything you would want in, I mean, they're really big on horror. Not everything is horror, but most of it is. And I'm a big fan of horror. I mean, I guess let's just say that. So I definitely picked up a bunch. You'll see I have some single releases. I have some box sets. I have one bigger box set that I didn't think I'd actually find in person, but I definitely did, so I snatched that up as well. So let's definitely get into it. So first one is going to be this stuff right here, Larry Cohen film. Basically, there's not really much to this movie. It's basically just, marshmallow-ish type of whatever substance you want to call it. Just starts to basically become alive, take a life of its own, and starts attacking and killing people. I mean, that's really the synopsis of the movie. Obviously, you can get more into it if you want to watch it. I mean, I definitely would recommend it. It's kind of like that horror cheese, but it's really good. I mean, it's a fun watch. One thing I do like about Arrow Video is they have flippable covers. I'm not going to do this for every single one because the video would be way too long. But basically, they'll have just the regular one. This is their artwork that's going to come on every cover. So they'll do their own artwork. They'll put that on the front. But then if you flip it, right there, it has, there we go. It has the original as well. So that's really cool. That's one thing I believe Scream Factory does as well. It's just a cool, nice little added feature. Arrow's really big on, since they're a boutique label, they want to put more time and effort into their releases. So if you have Arrow, or if you've seen any Arrow movies, or if you watch them with that, the special features are going to be insane, especially a lot of the box sets. The box sets themselves are insane with special features. A lot of the times, these releases, they'll get extra special features just to add on to it, because, that's what Arrow Video wants to do. They want you to buy their stuff because they're giving you extra. It's not going to be the exact same thing with just, a different artwork for the cover or something like that. So the next one, I got a couple of different Dario Argento movies just because I honestly, I don't have a lot of them. I've seen them, but I don't actually own them. Like I have Suspiria on 4K. I have Dawn of the Dead. I got his cut of that movie as well, right up there. So I'm a huge fan of his, and I like his movies. It's just some of them are pricey because they're harder to get. So obviously, with a 50% off sale, I'm going to jump on a lot of these. So The Bird with the Crystal Plumage, and again, this is just their artwork. I mean, this movie, I think this was actually his first debut as a director. I think it was the 1970s. I know he did a little bit of acting here and there as well, but I believe this is 1970s when this came out, and this was his debut, which it's a really good movie to debut with. But it's just a little bit about it. It's just basically like a writer. I believe he's in Rome. I don't quote me on that, but I think that's where he's at. But basically, he just witnesses an attack, and then he kind of thinks he holds the key. I think he's like in the street, and he looks up in the apartment room, and then kind of sees an axe murder or something like that. I'd have to watch it again to get more of the details. It's been a long time since I've watched it. But basically, he thinks he holds the key. Obviously, you'll kind of see that in Dario Argento's movies. Some of them, they're kind of, somebody witnesses this or somebody overhears this, and, all hell kind of breaks loose from that. I just love his artistic view, the way he uses colors. If you've seen Suspiria, the original, the colors in that movie, it's just they're honestly, I think the colors are their own kind of character in that movie. So he likes to play with the way he shoots and the colors that he uses and stuff like that. So different schemes. So then, obviously, like I said, I picked up a couple. Cat o' Nine Tails. They did have a 4K release of this, but it wasn't in store. It wasn't in person. I didn't really want to order. I mean, it's going to be a little bit more. This is, I believe, a 4K upscale. So not technically a native 4K, which is basically what they'd use from a camera negative. I've said that in a couple of my videos. This is more of basically they go in there and they'll touch it up and stuff, but it's not actually from the camera negative film. So obviously that's why they call it an upscale, not a native 4K. But still, I mean, again, Dario Argento, if you're a fan of his, like, he's got great movies. This one, just a little bit of backstory, is they somebody in a secret lab, a genetics lab, basically kind of overhears a blackmail scheme, and then basically they kind of go more in depth with the story because of that, and again, chaos ensues. It's a Dario Argento movie, so obviously there's going to be chaos. So next one right here, I've seen this, but it's been a long time. I think like maybe even 20 years or so. But right here, Man of a Thousand Faces. So basically, this is James Cagney's kind of ode to silent theater. So Lon Chaney is the one that he's playing, and obviously Lon Chaney was huge into silent theater and all of that. So this kind of ode to him. Great movie. Definitely would watch it. One thing too is Phoenix. He actually used this, I believe, as a reference to kind of how he played his Joker in that movie. So I mean, that's a cool little kind of fun fact. I mean, I think that's awesome because obviously, he portrays a lot of different actors. So, you get yourself in the mindset of certain things and you got to switch to something else. So it's a really cool film. Obviously, I think it was done in the 60s or so, something like that. Maybe even earlier than that, honestly. But if you can get past the makeup not being the best, you're going to like that. And then the next two, I guess we'll do together. So I already flipped the artwork on these. So Hellraiser 1 and Hellraiser 2. Surprisingly enough, for me being a huge horror fan, I didn't actually own these. Well, I owned the first one, but it was actually a European Steelbook release. So obviously it's a Blu-ray, so it won't play on my Blu-ray because of the regions and stuff like that. But I got it for a really good deal, and I really liked the Steelbook, so I picked it up. So still trying to work on getting that Blu-ray player so I can watch some of my other movies, but obviously, I have Region A copies of them. But I mean, Hellraiser 1, Hellraiser 2, I mean, there's nothing you cannot say about that. I had, I think, 4 through 8 as like a box set, or not really a box set, but it was just like a Blu-ray combo pack or whatever you want to call them. And those are the worst, basically. I mean, Hellraiser 1 and 2 are really where it's at, 3 is and then basically everything after that is just really just crap, kind of I mean, Doug Bradley is the only saving grace in those movies, and I think in the last one, he's not even in it. He just kind of was like, you know what, no thank you, 100% I'm going to pass on this, which is unfortunate, but, I mean, if the movie's going to suck, script sucks, yeah, I would pass too. So next we're going to get into the box sets. So Arrow does an amazing job. This is, here, I'll just show you right here real quick. Middle of the Stone Woman. So all of these are obviously going to be that hard cardboard, which is amazing. A lot of the times Paramount, or I think somewhere up here. I have and I know a lot of people have complained about this too, the Indiana Jones Steelbook box set. The outer or not even the plastic, whatever it is, maybe it's even cardboard. It's not thick. It doesn't hold well, so it kind of just shapes, wobbles, and stuff like that. It looks really bad. But I mean, yeah, these are nice. So what they do on all of these, I'll show you one, but don't want to get too in depth just because the video is going to be super long. So obviously you get the movie. You get obviously you can see on here, you get a crap ton of extra features. Like it's insane, especially this movie. This movie has a lot of extra features. So then you get a poster. I don't want to go all the way, but basically you do front and back. So this is the old original artwork, and then this is the Arrow artwork, and they're going to do that about for every single box set. And then you get basically like a booklet, and then we'll just kind of skim through this, but it's just more information about it, pictures, stuff like that. There's some old artwork and stuff promoting the movie. So just awesome releases. I mean, again, Arrow does an amazing job with their releases. So, I'm okay with, maybe paying $5-10 more to get these awesome, amazing box sets. And then basically, Middle of Stone Woman, a guy goes to like a historic windmill-ish kind of area. I think there's like they do, like the guy dresses up wax figures and stuff. I know, actually, I believe this movie kind of influenced Wax Museum. I think they came out maybe a year or two-ish apart, the original. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's where it came from. But basically, he goes there to kind of write about it, finds a girl, falls in love, the girl dies, or does she die? And then basically, like, that right there is just the beginning, and then I'm not gonna lie, shit kind of hits the fan after that. There's a lot of different kind of where the movie goes. You kind of don't even expect it to go. So yeah. And then next, American Werewolf in London. One of the best, if not the best, werewolf movies ever, in my opinion. I know a lot of people, The Howling is up there too, but the transformation to a werewolf from a human being still to this day looks amazing. Like, it literally looks like they just filmed a guy turning into a werewolf. It's insane. If you haven't seen this, I 100% would see it. It's crazy. It's an amazing movie. I love it. And then again, you get the poster, all that. What's nice about this is this was actually a 4K release. You can see the little black. So this is an actual 4K release, so I'm excited to watch that. I just have it on the regular Blu-ray. So next one, again, Dario Argento, Deep Red, and then again, that's just the 4K, the book and everything in there. So this is I always butcher this word, but this is a really good giallo film. It's kind of like that Italian horror. Basically, I think I got those two mixed up. This is the if I am thinking correctly, this is the one where the guy sees an axe murder up in an apartment somewhere, and then the other one they basically just see like a brutal attack on the streets. So obviously, there's a theme. But yeah, I think that this is the one with the axe murder up in the apartment. Again, I kind of get them mixed up. There's a kind of a running plot with his movies. Next one, this just came out, so I'm gonna jump on it for 50% off. But True Romance with Christian Slater. Crazy thing is this was actually written by the same guy who wrote Reservoir Dogs. I mean, obviously, I feel like everybody will know who that is, but Quentin Tarantino. Crazy thing too, it's got Dennis Hopper, Val Kilmer, Gary Oldman, Brad Pitt, Christopher Walken. Like, this movie is loaded with great actors. It's a really good movie. I got to revisit it. I'm not going to lie. It's been a while since I've watched it. I think I watched it maybe early 2000s or so. Maybe it was on TV or something. I can't even remember. But I switched the artwork again. I just think that artwork is awesome. But again, 4K. This was the new release. And the cool thing about Arrow 2 is you can get these box sets in different ways. So you can get this box set as a 4K. You can get this box set for a little bit cheaper as a Blu-ray. You can get this box set with a steelbook in it. And then the steelbook's 4K. You can get the steelbook by itself. So there's a lot of... And you could just get the movie, in like this right here, like just a regular plastic case. so no box set or anything like that, and that'll be obviously the cheapest. But that's just, that's awesome that Arrow does that. It gives you a wide variety. So if you absolutely love a movie, you're going to want to buy, a nice box set, a bunch of extra features. They give you the poster, they give you the booklet, they give you a bunch of information. So that's amazing to me. So last but not least, this, I didn't think I was going to find in person. I'm not going to lie. I was just going to buy the first movie. I saw this. I had to jump on it. So this is the overseas ring. So not the American version. Let's see if I can get these guys out of here. But yeah, I didn't think I was going to find this. It's got, ring 1, 2, and 3. So we'll just hold these up for you guys. And again, this is just the Arrow artwork. I haven't really changed it or anything like that. I think this artwork looks really awesome. But then again, great hard box set, hard case. There's not going to be damage to this unless you're literally just smashing it with something. But yeah, I mean, I've seen the first and second one. I haven't seen the third one. I haven't heard great things about the third one. But obviously, usually the third movie in a series, that's when it kind of starts to go downhill. Obviously not for certain movies. Nightmare on Elm Street, Dream Warriors, I think was a huge success. And then even, I don't want to say it, but Back to the Future, the third one, is some people's favorites. So not everything, but I mean, I'll watch it. I'll probably watch it in time. I got to revisit the second and third one. I'm not going to lie. Or sorry, the first and second one. But yeah, that's what I picked up. What can I say? I love Arrow Video. I love their releases. I have more probably behind me or on another shelf somewhere over here. I'm in the process of kind of moving stuff around. We're going to move here pretty soon as well. So it's basically we're waiting to kind of put everything up. And soon we'll have a new backdrop and maybe we'll get a little crazier with some lights and stuff like that. But yeah, so obviously like, subscribe, hit the bell notification down below. Let me know, what did you pick up for this 50% off sale? I think it's actually still going on. I don't really know how long. I didn't check to see the actual dates. But yeah, did you pick anything up? What'd you think of anything I picked up? Are you a fan of Dario Argento? Are you a Hellraiser? I mean, I feel like there's a lot of people that are a fan of both of them. But yeah, just let me know, guys, and we'll keep these going, and see you later.